I often connect back to what I call the ex-gay narrative, being this narrative where that says that the reasons why one experiences what you've named as kind of gender distress or same-sex attraction, LGBTQ plus identities, is because they experienced some wound earlier in life. For a boy, this wound causes him to not fully accept his masculine identity, which then manifests itself in same-sex attractions because he's seeking masculinity in other people. And then the theory holding that, well, if you can heal the core wound, find an acceptance of your masculine identity, then these desires, identities can or will subside, and you'll come more into heterosexual desires and identities. I would be really curious to hear from you, how do those theories come up with the kids that you're working with?
A lot of Catholics, and you've pointed this out extensively, Chris, that a lot of Catholics would not be very friendly to Sigmund Freud. And we don't tend to, in general, agree with a lot of what he has contributed to in the field of psychology. And so a lot of these theories are rooted in pretty Freudian and older psychoanalytic ideas about a kind of arrested development in masculine identity or feminine identity that manifests in pathology later in life. And so I think it's just important to point out, just like with teens who are drawn to gender theory, it's good for them to know that Judith Butler is kind of the leading voice in that, and that theory is non-theistic in origin, right? And in the same way, I think it's good for people who are drawn to some of those causal pathways to know where that theory's origin is, and to take it. Not so much to spit it out outright, but to really kind of be critically evaluating, is that accurate? And we don't have robust research to support those theories. And they have been investigated, primarily, though, through case studies.